Hello and welcome everybody. Today we're going to be playing a game called To the Edge of the Sky. It's going to be exciting. I hope you're ready because I'm ready. I hope it's appropriate. Our name is going to be Draco Malfoy. What do we do next? Let's just press enter. That seems like a good idea. I've never travelled so far on my own before. This must be me talking. Next, away from my family, my society. Did I really make the right decision in leaving everything behind? I sigh and focus on the map literally before my eyes, showing through my glasses' virtual screen. Turn right here onto the path of Olympia. Okay then. This must be the path of Olympia. The moment I do as I'm told, I'm greeted with a radiant view of the evening sky and a row of cherry blossom trees lining the so-called path of Olympia. A small gasp escapes my lips as I take everything in. I come to a halt, all thought of why I'm here or what I'm supposed to be doing slipping away. The view of the strange pink trees before me steals my breath away. They're so... what are they? A single thought, a memory of a picture in a book comes to mind. The faded pink in the old picture is nothing like real life. They're even more beautiful than I could have imagined. After admiring the flowers a moment more, I begin once more down the path of Olympia, this time in wonder. My tumultuous heart already feels calmer at the sight. Olympia City. Whatever I had expected of the country's capital, it was not this raw view of nature in all its glory. The city was touted as a haven, the pinnacle of what humanity could achieve when it worked together. Since so much of Earth is unlivable, Olympia's cutting-edge technology, beautiful architecture, and greenery as far as the eye could see had always sounded like heaven to me. The mere fact that this untouched piece of nature exists on the outskirts of the city goes a long way towards proving what I had heard and hoped. That coming to Olympia would give me a chance at a new, exciting, and much more beautiful life. But it won't be easy. I don't even know what team I'll be assigned to yet. What's the teams? I hope I did well in Phantasm's tests. I wonder what that stands for. Oh, Phantasm, also called Phase for short, is the organisation who is said to truly rule Olympia City, though I can only guess at how true that is. They are the ones who recruited me, told me to come here, and begin a new life as Seven. Seven. The code name reminds me of those men I met only a few weeks ago. 9, 4, and 0. So we're... alright. It's because of them that I was even able to come here. They didn't say it outright, but it had to be because of meeting them. As I walk down the flower-strewn path, my mind drifts back to how my chance at a new life came about in the first place. My clan stopped outside a city again. It's not close enough to see it properly, not from our position, but I feel a strange buzz of excitement nonetheless. For as long as I have been alive, it has always been that my people have lived as nomads. We wander from place to place, moving along whenever the weather gets particularly bad. We drifters were established back when some places become too hot to live in due to the effects of climate change. We're a young people and we're still learning and developing our own culture, which changes with each new person who joins us. As long as we have been a people, we have accepted anyone from any country and any nationality. Living our lives, wandering the wastelands has taught us to try and be kind and open to anyone, but I hear some yelling and jeering behind me. With my curiosity piqued, I turn around without thought. A small group of men stands just at the line of the city limits. They're dressed in clean-cut clothes with their hair perfectly styled and everything about them screaming, "City Dweller." However, threaded through the crowd are some scary-looking thuggish men too, probably having nothing better to do and just looking for a fight. They're yelling something I can't quite hear, and when I move a little closer, I immediately regret doing so. Oh, crikey, man 1. Dirty drifters aren't welcome. I feel a lump thorn in my throat. Yeah, get away before you make our city walls dirty. Huh, good one. They can probably make the walls dirty by just looking at them. Filthy things probably haven't bathed in their whole lives. I doubt they even know what the word means. I bet they just roll around on the ground and call that bathing. They all laugh and keep yelling in the direction of our camp. I feel sick. The adults back in the camp can handle it better, but the kids, they have to sit there and listen to this nonsense. They'll get used to it, but I wish they didn't have to, at least not yet. The world is harsh enough without some idiots yelling at us. What should I do? Oh crikey, we get to make a decision, so this is quite exciting. Appears that we're in a dystopian future where global warming's kind of destroyed everything, and we are living in a camp outside the city, but we found a beautiful place, and we've met some people who are named numbers, which I've forgotten. I'm really hoping that we don't have to remember the numbers. I have terrible memory, but we're 7, I believe. 1, something, and 9. And now, we get to make a decision, which is exciting, but if you'll excuse me for just a moment, I need to brush my hair. And have a drink of water. So what kind of person are we? Would we fight them? Yell at them? Ignore them and keep walking towards the city? Turn back and go home? Well, if we're gonna play as me, Draco Malfoy, I would ignore them and keep walking towards the city. Because, well, I don't want to fight them. That seems like an unfair escalation. They're just talking shit, you know? At this stage, they haven't done anything wrong, but we do need to get where we're going, so we're going to keep going. And if they stop us, then we'll have to fight them. But I'm not yelling back either. I mean, how childish is that? We can do better. If I pay any attention to them, they'll just grow bolder. So it's best to just ignore them. And I guess it is pretty fun to see people like that flounder at being ignored, sorry. I fix a smile on my face and walk right past them. I can hear them try to heckle me and call me a dirty drifter again, but they sound angrier at being annoyed than anything. I can't stop myself from grinning. Feeling how important you are yet? I hold back a laugh and look around for where to go next. Before I can do much more though, a large hooded man roughly grabs him by the shirt, pulling me to him. I glare up at the man, but when he looks behind me I suddenly realize that the jeers and yelling have stopped. Huh, what's going on? I twist myself in the man's grasp to look around and see that everyone is looking at something behind them. I see a young man standing there, quietly staring at everyone. He doesn't say anything, but his intense presence seems somehow larger than the entire crowds combined. A moment later, a man in all black comes to stand next to him, with a regal and commanding presence of his own. There's something about them that immediately makes them seem more. Whatever they are, there's such intensity in the first man's eyes that I have to remind myself to breathe, and in the second man's, I find I almost forget myself in the serenity of his eyes. Crikey. The man in white takes one glance at me, and then begins running towards us. Before I can understand what's happening, he has me pulled away from the other man and behind him. He stands defensively in front of me. My saviour. Let the mysterious man handle it. Just let me handle it. Wait, hang on, he needs a better voice than that. Just let me handle it. Alright then. Go right ahead, buddy. 0. 0. Oh, your name. I'm Draco Malfoy. 0. Is that what they're naming the kids in the cities now? 0 punches a guy rushing at him, who lets out a strange sound that sounds suspiciously like meep, then crumples to the ground. Neither 0 nor I have any time to say more as a group of 10 guys surrounds us. This could go 2 ways. 0 protectively stands in front of me. Thank you, 0. I can barely blink before he already has 3 of them down on the ground. He kicks one in the chest and uppercuts another one. Then he spins and knees another guy in the groin. The other guys suddenly look hesitant to attack, yet unwilling to back down. A man suddenly grabs at my shirt out of nowhere and pulls at me, making me stumble forward. I push myself back, away from the man, and my shirt slips from out of his meaty hands. Seriously, what's with everyone grabbing my shirt? The man regains himself seconds later and moves to attack me. I focus on him, narrowing my eyes. The world around me appears to slow down and nearly freeze. My heart races in my chest as I examine the man about to attack me. Left arm tense, he's ready to punch me from the left. I'm small, especially compared to him, so he's going to try to punch me from below to lessen the chance of missing me. His eyes are focused on my face, so he's intending to uppercut me. The way he's squinting suggests he can't see well, can't afford to get his eyes fixed. My eyes dart all over the attacker, looking for more clues, more weaknesses. He's standing with more weight on his left leg. Right leg injured? Time flows again, and as the man tries to punch me, I dance out of the way, twirling to stand behind him. I kick him in his right leg, right behind the knee. The man yells out and falls forward. He lies on the ground, clutching his leg in obvious agony, unable to return to attacking me again. I look up to see Zero wordlessly staring at me, the rest of the assailants on the ground around him. The serene man from before walks up to us. The rest of the crowd that had been watching us quickly disperses, some people outright running away. He looks at Zero.
Zero, I think you could have avoided fighting if you'd let me talk to them.
He then turns to me smiling.
Are you okay?
Yes, thanks to Zero. I wasn't expecting anyone to jump in to help me. No one ever does. But I guess you could call him a nice surprise. Not many people would come to the defense of any nomad, though, so your help was much appreciated.
It's heartbreaking. Your people are probably the kindest and most well-adapted culture out of any in the past 50 years. You open yourself to anyone, guide and help others, pride yourself on equality. It's a shame there are so many misunderstandings between your people and those who chose to stay behind in the cities. The purple-haired man pauses his impromptu speech, a small smile on his face. You're back already?
Oh no, another character to voice. I look to the side, my heart almost jumping to my throat when I see the man he's talking to. What the hell? He scared me, I didn't even hear him. The man barely glances at me before turning to the purple-haired man. 9. I'm just gonna give him a normal voice, okay? 9. I checked the area, but there wasn't anything to suggest it was ever stashed there. 9. Another number name. 9 puts on a pair of sunglasses, hiding away his thoughtful look.
I'll be right back.
With a quick glance at me, 9 leaves the group. I look at the 2 men I've been left with. Zero won't look at me. He seems stiff as he awkwardly shifts from one foot to another, and the other guy seems to be spacing out, looking somewhere over the horizon. So we have 0 and 9. I look at the men in black. It's probably a good guess that the numbers are code names of some sort, so this guy probably has a number name too. So, who do you guys work for? Could it be FaZe? Zero's piercing gaze moves to me at the same time the newcomer's eyes become laser focused on me. Suddenly feeling very nervous, I try to think of what to say next. Who should I talk to? Zero. I'm in love with Zero already. So what's with the number names? So Zero, what's with the number names?
Well, I can't really tell you, but whatever you've guessed is probably right.
Great answer, thank you. 9 comes back before I can ask any more.
You're familiar with the wastelands, right? Would you be willing to help us find something?
Oh yes, of course. I didn't get a choice.
You didn't even need time to think.
It's my people's way to do so. Look at his smile. We try and help anyone out in the wastelands, especially since there's few who know them better than us, and we can't just let people wander around and get lost. The heat could get to them too, and, well, it could be bad. Anyway, I'm happy to help you find any place you guys need.
Thank you. We're really grateful for your help.
We're looking for an old, abandoned church.
An abandoned church? I rack my brain trying to recall the layout of this particular area. There was that decrepit building, but I think that used to be a library, so that can't be it. I look out at the horizon and it clicks. Oh, it's that place by the dried out lake. I think I know what you're looking for, so just follow me. I brought the guys to an abandoned church as requested, although the trip didn't take as long as it normally takes me on my own, since the guys happen to have a rover ready to go. Presuming he doesn't mean the rover is the type of car, because it must be like a dystopian future vehicle. Also, check out these statues, that's pretty cool, although I don't know what's the deal with this guy's stick. What's the bit at the end? Oh, excuse me, that was open season for euphemism. Although the trip didn't... Oh, I've read that. Sorry, getting all lost and muddled. Goodness. It's because I'm thinking of Zero. It was the fanciest rover I've been in, so I enjoyed the ride while it lasted. I got to sit in the front while I acted as navigator. As soon as we step foot in the place, Zero begins to wander around, looking at everything in wonder. But just as quickly, 4 moves to him and grabs his shoulder, stopping him. Zero looks back at him without a word. Also, just gonna point out, we never found out that that guy's name was 4, we just know it now. I think. I don't want to press this log button. Oh, jeez. Let's just see. I'm pretty sure. See, 9, 0 and 9. And then suddenly, 4. We just knew. Anyway, maybe we asked in the car. 0 looks back at him without a word. 4 silently stares back for a few moments before speaking. Don't wander around mission sites, especially before 9 has given you any instructions. At the mention of 9, the 3 of us turn to look at him, but he's no longer standing where he just was. 0 shakes off 4's hand and walks a little further away. 4 merely watches him. Where is 9? I look around. Aish? Here even? I watch in confusion as an annoyed 4 walks around the church, rocks and who knows what else crunching beneath his feet. With 4 distracted, 0 seems happy enough to take this opportunity to explore. He glances back at me as he stops to touch and examine one of the statues. Do you know who this statue is supposed to be? Sorry, I'm not sure. I don't know too much about this place, really. We could narrow it down based on location to the god or gods that were worshipped here. I can run a search. I turn and jump as I notice 9 standing right next to me. His glasses off now as he examines a different statue. How did I not notice him move right next to me? I take a deep breath. Do all of them do this? I think I might seriously have a heart attack before I get home. 4 appears just as suddenly on the other side of 9. Have you all forgotten we're here on a mission? And this girl can leave now, she's done her part. I'm a girl? Crikey. Whew. Did not realise that I've been voicing a girl in such a masculine manner. It's okay, we'll continue. That's allowed. Masculine ladies is 2017's vibe. Even if we're working, distracted again.
Even if we're working, I think it's always good to take time out to learn about the world around us if we can. We might not get another chance like this.
Work time is work time, and this is Zero's first mission outside of Olympia. We should be teaching him good work ethic. 4 and 0 both turn in different directions, looking as if they've seen or heard something. 4 moves away from us while 0 runs up and gets in front of me and 9 defensively. Not without experience myself, I narrow my eyes and look around for whatever it is that set them all off. Are you expecting someone? We weren't, no. Uh-oh. God, these guys are pretty menacing. The art is really nice on them. I peek out from behind Zero to see several hooded men standing there. 4 is no longer anywhere to be seen, and Zero stands in a defensive stance, watching the hooded men like a hawk. 9 begins to speak.
This is your hideout, right? Sorry to intrude.
You know damn well this is our place. The hooded man looks at all 3 of us and narrows his eyes. A dirty drifter and some freaks from Olympia. There's no way you are not looking for our spoils. Suddenly, 9 puts 2 fingers to his ear for a moment, then some sort of acknowledgement lights up in his eyes. He lets his hand fall back down and instead slides on his sunglasses.
We're just looking for one thing in particular, really.
Something catches my eye, just behind the group of hooded men. Before I can comprehend what's happening, 4 appears as if out of nowhere, grabbing the leader by the head with both hands. He quickly twists it, dispatching the man with ease. Before the body can even reach the floor, 4 turns to another one of the hooded men. He pulls something out of his jacket. I only catch the flash of steel when 4 moves in the blink of an eye. He cuts the man down so fast that all I catch is the aftermath, another body falling to the floor. The 3rd man looks terrified out of his mind. I didn't even realize there was a 3rd man. Not waiting for 4 to get to him, he turns and runs out of the church. 4 lets out a small tsk sound as he watches the man flee but doesn't follow. He turns around to survey the area and I find myself watching him in quiet awe. I have to admit, these guys are turning out to be really cool. But our troubles are hardly over, as another one of the hooded men appears from behind a statue and makes a beeline towards 9 and me.
0, go!
0 quickly nods and rushes to meet the man head on, but he trips over some loose floor tiles and stumbles. Not 0! The love of my life! That gives the man just enough time to rush right past him and straight at me. 9 pushes me behind him and pulls out a stun baton from his coat, and with barely any effort on his part, he strikes the guy with the baton, and the moment he gets in reach, the guy crumples to the ground, thus ending the fight. 0, who had already been on his way to capture the guy, looks stunned. He pokes the groaning man on the floor with his foot and looks away. 4 appears next to 0, making me jump once again at his sudden entrance. You tripped, 0. Tripped. That mistake could have been the end. 9 shakes his head.
It's his first time. Go easy on him.
He's had 13 years of training. He should do a better job of protecting his leader than this. 4 looks at 9 instead. The weather generator is secure.
Good. And I had heard that the others just successfully wrapped up their mission too.
0 perks up at this and looks at 9.
Is everyone okay?
9 nods.
That type of mission is 6's specialty, so there wasn't any need to worry.
He'd never let anyone get hurt, not even 5. 0 looks away again, and I feel annoyed with 4. Even if 5 does have a habit of wandering off. Say nothing. 9 sighs.
It's time to get going.
He starts moving away, but not before patting 0 on the shoulder. Oh, that's nice. 4 stops and looks at 0 as well, who continues to look away. Let's train more when you get back. This receives a tiny nod from 0, and 4 starts to move on as well, but I raise my voice before they can leave. Wait a minute! You guys dragged me into this! The least you could do is tell me exactly who you are. 9 takes off his glasses and smiles. For you.
I'll tell you this much. You can keep a secret, right?
I nod.
We're a part of Phantasm, yes. A special team within Phase, to be exact. Our missions are extremely critical to the nation.
So you came all the way here from Olympia City? 9 nods.
Sorry, I can't tell you more about what we do, or our real names, but you've seen us work with your own eyes. I can tell you that you should be on the lookout for a special message soon.
Ooh. A message from Phase? 9 nods again and 4 snorts. Lucky you. I wonder if you'll make it. 0 merely stares back at me with an inscrutable expression, seeming curious himself.
We'll be going now, and thanks for your help. I really appreciate it. We can't give you a ride back, though. Sorry.
Well, rude. It's alright, I can ask one of my clan to pick me up. So they're leaving then. I wonder if I'll ever see them again. Say farewell to Zero. Thanks for jumping in to help before. It was cool working together. I hold out my hand for a handshake. He stares down at my outstretched hand and I start to feel a little silly. Looking a little embarrassed, he finally reaches out to shake my hand, his larger one enveloping my own.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks for helping us.
I nod and smile.
Come on.
Zero glances at him, then back at me, and lets my hand go, perhaps a little slowly. Oh, swoon. I'm in love with you, Zero. Come back with me to the camp. 9 and 4 turn and start making their way to the church entrance, but Zero doesn't immediately move at first. It's as if he wants to say something else. He loves me. Come on, kid. 4 calls out. It's weird that they had 2 slides. With that, Zero reluctantly turns and leaves to catch up with his comrades. Lost in my memory, it seems that I've already wandered into Olympia's city centre. Blinking, I look around at the tall buildings shimmering in the evening sun rays. Oh! So I think that was like a flashback, and then that intro bit where we were looking at the pretty trees, all in pink, that was like we'd just passed the test, so we've been given the message and now we're going into the city, I think? I don't know. It's a little bit difficult to pay attention as well as read and think about all the other things I'm thinking about, which is frequently a lot, like Zero's eyes. Blinking, I look around at the tall buildings, shimmering in the evening sun's rays. The air seems so much cooler here, so much cleaner. The greenery, intermixed with the beautiful solar panel-covered architecture, gives off an indescribable feeling. It's as if humanity itself is able to harness the beauty and power of nature and coexist side by side. I take a deep breath and smile. Finally, I've reached Olympia City, my dream city. Ever since I'd heard of the wondrous city I've wanted to visit, I can scarcely believe that I'm really standing here now. Everything looks just as clean and gorgeous and serene as I'd heard. I can't believe I'll really get to live in this city. I can't wait to see everything there is to do here. People walk around me, likely headed home after a long day, but even they seem in a good mood. I guess you can afford to be when you don't have to worry about starving or passing out from heat. Some of them head down slow-moving walkways, eager to get where they need to go, while others in cars fly above our heads, much higher in the sky. I begin to space out, just admiring the trees and watching the stream near me gently flow past. I try to absorb the feeling I'm having now, knowing that I'll never likely have it again. In this moment, everything feels perfect. The future boundless, the possibilities endless. In this moment, it's as if I've regained youth I thought I'd lost. Regained the feeling that I can do anything, and the feeling that anything can happen. Alright, spin on, this is getting a little bit much now. I'm able to hold on to this ephemeral feeling, I don't know that word. But for a moment, before the light fades away and the world of darkness seeps back in, filtering the low voices of the crowd, from somewhere 2 voices drift to my ears. I look around and see in the distance a woman bowing deeply in apology to an older man.
It's fine.
Oh, sorry, this is the older man. How do old men talk? Quite slowly. It's fine. I don't want to hear your excuses anyway. This is the kind of thing I should expect when hiring a single mother. Your kids come before your work, after all.
Well, it's not like that. This isn't an everyday occurrence, sir. And besides, that email didn't need to be sent off until later tonight. I can still make it.
No, that's fine. I'll have Matthew do it instead. This isn't the first time I've trusted a woman to get something done, and she failed. She didn't even have kids as an excuse, so at least you're a little better.
Are you talking about Soo-hyun? Well, she's young.
Exactly. Young,
and lazy. After all the risks that we take hiring minority groups like women and young people, you think you'd all work a little harder. You can't get anywhere with this kind of attitude. I can't listen to the conversation anymore. I feel ill and weak in the knees. Here, too, even in Olympia City, there's crap like this going on. Even though it's the most technologically advanced city in the world, there's still kind of backward ideas. I stare blankly at the stream next to me, a cloud of darkness making everything that glittered with beauty only moments ago seem mockingly dull. I don't even hear my name being called at first until I feel a hand on my arm. Oh! It's Zero. I snap my head up to see Zero, of all people, standing in front of me. I stare at him in shock. Zero, long time no see. Zero shyly smiles and nods at me.
I came to get you. I mean, I was sent to get you. You're late. They thought you might be lost.
I gasp and then quickly tap the side of my glasses to bring up the digital overlay. The time says 5:45. I was supposed to be there at 5 p.m. Well, since I'm already late, Zero, maybe you'd like to just slip into this alleyway with me and we can get frisky. Oh, shit. Let's go. I start walking with Zero. After a few quiet moments, I glance at him. I'm sorry I'm so late. Do you know any shortcuts? Maybe. Just one, though. Here comes my alleyway. One is enough. Can you run fast? Oh, sorry.
Can you run fast?
What?
'Cause if you can't, you won't be able to keep up with the other guys you're about to meet. Much less me.
I think I can keep up with you, Zero. Before I can respond, Zero runs off at a ridiculous speed. Ah, what a little shit. Determined to catch up, I dash off through the sunset city after him. And that must be the end of the demo. Wow. That was pretty awesome. Yeah. I think awesome is going to be the word that I use, and I'll probably just leave it at that. Let me know what you guys thought. Sorry about the voices, and sometimes I get the lines wrong, but you know, it's pretty tricky to get them right every time, and I can't really be bothered to read. Well, I try to, do them again if I notice immediately when I'm saying it that it's wrong, but it's difficult to do it, all the time, because I get in the flow of it. I'm, in the story, and I want to read what's happening next, and then it's oh, I messed up a word, but I don't really want to have to read the whole line again, because then I don't know what's going to happen next. You understand, I'm sure, if you made it this far, you probably don't care. It's the people who left that wanted to hear that explanation, so whatever, Trevor. Anyway, I'm excited to find out more. I want my love with Zero to continue. I kind of like to be able to be a guy and make it into a gay love, but that's alright, you know, it's a manly woman, the voice at least. Yeah. Chuck a like if you liked this and want me to play the full game when it comes out, and subscribe for more videos that are fun like this one, and also to know if I ever bother playing the full game, because if you don't subscribe it probably won't tell you. Bye!